Hey everybody, Wiser here with the WWE TLC 2016 pay-per-view review. And man, I'm going to say this right out from the door. I enjoyed this pay-per-view thoroughly. I'm kind of upset with myself that I didn't watch it live so that I could review this thing via a live stream. So this is probably going to be a bit more condensed than my live stream reviews. So yeah, that's another thing. I didn't catch it live because I was asleep. Had a long day. Real long day with sleep, and that's cool. Before we talk about the review portion of this, I want to talk about me and SmackDown. My relationship with SmackDown. And the reason why I didn't do a prediction video. That would be because I'm not all that familiar with the storylines and the ongoings of SmackDown. I haven't been around to watch those live. I've been missing them. I caught the last SmackDown. Someone sent me a link to watch it. Actually, good mic work. He sent me a link to watch it. I watched it in its entirety just to catch me up going into this pay-per-view. Some of the things that intrigue me are that whole Wyatt family dynamic with Randy Orton. For some reason, I've been not exactly high, but I've been on pretty good terms with this Nikki Bella and Carmella thing. Miz, bruh. This dude Miz, bruh. Baron Corbin, Kalisto, don't really care. Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch, didn't really care. And AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose. The thing with that is I feel as though going into this, I felt as though AJ Styles' run as champion has been completely overshadowed. I feel as though they put the title on him with the intentions. Like, the intentions were good. But once James Ellsworth got involved in this whole thing, then AJ's title run has become WWE-ized. For those of you who listen to me enough, you know exactly what I mean. AJ's run has been nothing more than just a laughingstock because it's being overshadowed by the James Ellsworth. Dean Ambrose just seems to be there. And as you could tell from all of the crowds, Dean Ambrose needs to turn heel at this point. Crowds they're just not behind him as they are the Ellsworth. And on that last SmackDown, we saw AJ Styles give Ellsworth a mean Styles clash off of those stairs, which was supposed to write him off of this show. Did it? Well, if you already saw the show, then you already know the answer to that. So we're going to skip past. Now we get into the actual review of this thing. We're going to skip past the pre-show. Apollo Crews, American Alpha, Hype Bros, Kurt Hawkins, Vaudevillains, The Ascension. If WWE doesn't give a fuck to push these guys, I don't give a fuck to watch them, care about them, or review them. Skip that. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt versus the SmackDown champions Heath, Slater, and Rhyno. I like the dynamic with Randy and Bray. They definitely add like this, not a seniority thing, but like when you're in the ring with them, let me not say that because I'm not in the ring with these guys, but just from the feel and the look of it, you look at this, you see Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, and you look at Heath Slater and Rhyno, you're like, Rhyno and Heath Slater have no chance. None. Because they're in the ring with some bosses. Now, it seems as though the storyline here is between not Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, but Randy Orton and Luke Harper. So, my guess is they're building toward a Randy Orton and Luke Harper thing. But you know what? I'll talk about that in a second, or I'll talk about it in this review, because if I put it off, I'll probably never get back to it. So let's talk about this match a little bit. I like the match. It was short. I really wish that this match went a little bit longer, maybe to put over Orton and Wyatt just some more, show more dominance. I do like the back and forth. Heath Slater seemed to be a bit of a non-factor in this match, as Rhyno did most of the grunt work. And Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, man, they were pretty good. The end of the match had me laughing out loud. It had me LOL. Yes, I LOL'd at the end of this match. Rhyno, I guess Randy Orton is he was a legal man. And Rhyno was setting up for a gore on him outside. Luke Harper pushes Randy Orton out of the way and eats the gore. So Rhyno's, looking confused, like, where the fuck is Orton? Can't find the guy. Orton jumped over the barricade, like over into the timekeeper spot, and Rhyno goes back in the ring. This is where I just started dying laughing. He goes back in the ring and he stops. And then they show Bray Wyatt on the camera doing the reverse spider crawl. And I'm like, why? Like, what's the, like what was the reason for it? It was so random. It was the most random thing. Like, there was this motherfucker's upside down. So Rhyno sees him doing the spider gimmick. And out of fucking nowhere, Randy Orton eats him with that RKO. Bray Wyatt spins back over, takes a knee. Randy Orton slithers into the pin. 1, 2, 3. We got new tag team champions. That was a really, really good ending. It popped me, man. That shit was hilarious. Like, what the fuck was he in a spider for? It was just so random. Like, he could have just Sister Abigail'd him. Randy Orton could have RKO'd him and end the story. But no, this fucker is just posing. Shit was silly. Oh, man. So Luke Harper gets in the ring with the titles, and Randy Orton snatches it from him. And they do a quick little stare down, and then Luke Harper gives the other title to Bray. Bray sees the tension here. He sees the tension, and he puts the tag title on Luke Harper. Now, what I got from that was maybe Bray is saying, okay, I'm not going to be the tag champion. I'm going to give this to you. And you two need to form your brotherhood. You two need to get on the same page. You two are going to be the tag team champions. That's what I got out of it from Bray. But then Orton, in turn, put his title on Luke Harper. And what I wished would have happened, I just wish this would have happened, because you don't need to keep teasing. Because if you keep teasing, you're going to blow this thing off way earlier than you need to. What you do here, what I would do here, is if Randy Orton's going to put that title on Luke Harper saved Randy Orton from a gore. So you put the title on Luke Harper, you stick your hand out, you shake that man's hand, and then y'all do y'all Wyatt pose. That Wyatt pose was clean as fuck too, by the way. You got Bray Wyatt on his knees with his arms spread, Randy Orton throwing up the pose, and you got Luke Harper holding up both titles. That shit was hard. And I'm looking like, damn. If they still have Braun Strowman in the back of that, and then like Eric Rowan just looking like Eric Rowan, shit would have just been a good, like just would have been so deep. Like, that would have been like squad goals right there. Probably right now I got a picture up of these dudes looking like they should be on the album cover. Hopefully I have that picture up. So what I'm expecting from this is, of course, we're going to get Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt down the line. Eric Rowan is going to return, of course. But I don't know where I want to see the Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton thing, because I feel like I would like to see Randy Orton and Luke Harper at WrestleMania in a one-on-one, and have Luke Harper win this thing, because Luke Harper needs that signature win that's going to get him over the hump. Crowds love this guy. The guy could work. The guy could go. But he just doesn't have that signature win. He's won the Intercontinental title before, but he doesn't have that signature win. Bray Wyatt had a couple of signature wins. I mean, one with the Wyatt family against the Shield, then he had the other one against Daniel Bryan. Then he just started losing to everybody. But other than that, Luke Harper needs that signature win that could put him over the top, and it could put him, like, not on par with Bray, but like just right there with Bray. And in turn, that makes that faction or that group stronger, because you're like, all right, you got Bray, the Eater of Worlds, he's the top guy, and then it's like his second in command or his first in command is another top guy, right? It's like, if any of you guys read or watch One Piece, the anime, manga, you got Luffy, who's the crew leader, And then you got Zorro, who could fucking lead crews. It's like your first in command. It's damn near as strong as your captain. That's what I want to see Luke Harper with Bray Wyatt, because he has that ability. We know he has that ability. It's just, we're not getting it. Looks like, all right. So we're going to have Royal Rumble. And I don't want that match there because it's too early. We got Fastlane, we got WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania is the best one for them to do it at. And then we got Extreme Rules, Payback, and Money in the Bank. I don't know which is going to be for SmackDown and which is going to be for the other stuff. So I would much rather Randy Orton and Luke Harper be at WrestleMania, with Luke Harper winning at WrestleMania. Now, what do they do with the Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania? I don't know. But just to blow off that tension between those two, I would like to see it happen there. Up next, we have Nikki Bella versus Carmella in a no DQ match. This match wasn't bad. It was okay. I think that it could have used a little bit of something else. I would have much rather Carmella go over here, but the way they had Nikki win, or just the visual there, I didn't mind it. So let's talk about the match a little bit here. I wanted more physicality between them, because this right here was a grudge match. You get a no DQ match for women, and it just, like, it has the story behind it to be a grudge match. As a matter of fact, they should have, instead of naming it no DQ, they should have just named it a grudge match. And just really have these women just go at it. Also, for a no DQ match, we only saw 2 items used. We saw a kendo stick, and we saw a fire extinguisher. I think that was it. I don't remember any chairs or anything, so I don't know, kind of pointless on that. But it was physical, but it didn't feel like a real I hate you type of fight. It felt like a wrestling match between 2 people that just didn't like each other. It just didn't feel like a fight. I thought that there was a bit overacting by Carmella. She was selling. She was definitely selling, but it just felt very theatrical. And Nikki Bella, I felt as though she should have been selling a bit more. Carmella worked the hell out of that leg, and by the time Nikki was back up to take control of the match, she was no longer selling. There was a really good spot where Nikki Bella was on top of the barricade. She's on the barricade. She got her back to the ring. So, she got her back to Carmella. I'm like, is this bitch about to do a moonsault? And then she hit her with a roundhouse kick. I was like, ooh, that shit was so pretty. Oh my God, that shit was clean. That right there, I felt should have ended it. And I was like, damn, if this was a falls count anywhere match, that kick should end it. But no, they go back in there because they got more shit to do. And it wasn't really a lot of shit. It was just, all right, we got to set up for this fire extinguisher spot. I'm like, not really all that necessary, but whatever. They did well. And Nikki left out of this looking like, like a legit boss. She looked like, she looked like she should have won this thing. And Carmella tells her as she's going up the ramp that she wasn't the one to attack her, but she knows who did. It was your total divas friend, Natalya. So that sets up Nikki for her next feud as she moves on from Carmella. But the problem with Carmella is she's a loser and she doesn't have that big feud win on her resume. And this was a chance for them to do it. So now you got Nikki going in there against Natalya. You got 2 veterans. None of these, the younger chicks here, or the younger chicks here on the roster, they don't get the rub from the 2 veteran women. So we'll see where it goes. Hopefully Natalya wins that feud, because we damn sure know she needs it. Up next, we have the Intercontinental title match between The Miz and Wolf Ziggler. As usual, this is my match of the night. Like, these 2 together have such good chemistry. Yeah, I know how I feel about Wolf Ziggler. I don't give a fluff about Wolf Ziggler. As for The Miz Miz grew on me. Miz has quickly become one of my favorites, and I do plan on doing top 10 superstars of the year. Miz is going to be extremely high on that list. Extremely high. Be prepared. As for the match started off a bit slow. It didn't really catch my eye, but once once Miz took to that leg and it was time to sell, it was on. Because now we got that intrigue. Now we like, all right, how is this going to go down, right? Because you have the babyface who's doing all the selling. And usually when a guy is working on top, if the heel's working on top and he sort up that baby, then the baby finds a way to get over. That's not what we got here. And I'm glad we didn't, because the Miz is on fire. Real quick, I want to tell you guys something that happened. You guys probably heard the crowd chanting for Miz throughout this match. And when Miz won, he jumped on the mic, he cut the promo on Wolf Ziggler. And then he healed up on that crowd, that Texas crowd. He healed up on them, just like, because he noticed, because they weren't chanting for him during his post-match thing, or while he was on the mic. They weren't doing it then, but he noticed that they were doing it during the match. And Miz is not a babyface, and he doesn't want to come off as a babyface. He doesn't want you to like him. So that was one of the things he did. I'm going to get on this mic, and I'm going to make sure that they remember I am a heel. Do not like me. And it was just the perfect fucking God. This guy, man. What the hell has gotten into the Miz? Yo, this is like a different person. This year is the year of the Miz. Like this second half of the year is the year of the Miz. This is the year of the Miz. Is he gonna get my wrestler of the year? No. Is he gonna get my superstar of the year? Possibly. I gotta sit down and think about it. But he's up there on both. As for the match, a lot of the storytelling in this match more so pertained to the selling of the match. It didn't necessarily sell the story of the feud. Actually, yeah, it kind of didn't, because the story of the feud was Miz is holding on to the title because of Maryse. The Maryse always interferes and helps him win, or helps him keep the title. One way that you could tell that story is you have the Maryse, continuously get up on the apron or show her face, and Miz is like, no, I got this. Back up. I'm a man. Get up out of here. Over there. You sit over there. Miz, Maryse is bad. Ooh. But yeah. That motherfucking Miz lucky as hell. And that right there, the Maryse adds on to the heat for the Miz. Because it's you gotta hate this guy. And then he got this bitch right here. And it's you want that. But you can't have that because this dick right here has it. He's not letting go of the title, and he's not letting go of the bitch. This motherfucker, this connection between these two are perfect. But yeah, good selling going on with Ziggler in that leg. And then Ziggler ended up getting some heat on Miz's leg. He slammed, Miz is climbing up to the top to get the title. Ziggler wraps that leg around the ladder. No, I'm lying to you. No, he threw the ladder into Miz's leg because Miz was holding on to the title, but he pulled the ladder from under him. And then he threw the ladder into his leg. Miz drops down, and then he sells the other leg, which automatically let me know that he was alright. He was selling the wrong leg. But then they was both able to carry on that selling of the leg, and then you had Ziggler who had to sell both legs. You have Miz who has to sell one leg, and then it played into the way they started going up the ladder. Anytime Ziggler want to go up the ladder, he's using his arms. When Miz is going up the ladder, he's hopping from one leg, hopping up backwards. Just such good selling and getting you invested. You really just is who's gonna win this shit? Because both of these guys are selling their asses off. Miz hit that dude with that kind of like a springboard powerbomb where he sprung Ziggler off the ropes and powerbombed him onto the ladder. I'm like, oh my god. And then he wins it on a gimmick low blow. Nice little fight back and forth between them at the top of the ladder with the two ladders. Miz drops, gets back up there, low blow, then kick to the thigh. And I'm sitting, and Ziggler's like holding on to the ladder, but he's down. It's like halfway down the ladder. I'm like, Miz, just fucking push the ladder over and wave at him. Just push the, like, just be an ultimate dick and push that shit over. Just nudge that ladder over. And he didn't do it. He just nudged over. Wolf Ziggler by the face. Just nudged him off the ladder. And I'm like, it would have been so much better if he would have like threw the ladder down with his ass. But yep, Miz retains the title. So the right man won. The right man won again. Up next, we got the Baron Corbin and the Kalisto. Another match that delivered. Another good match. And these matches started getting longer and longer, which is why I say those first two matches, they could have added 5 minutes onto both of those. Because that Intercontinental title, that went pretty long. This Baron Corbin and Kalisto match, which I thought would be short, like JBL was saying, this one actually went long as well. And this is where JBL's commentary started to piss me off a bit here. I don't remember what it was that he was saying. I really don't remember, but he just started pissing me off because he was saying such nonsensical stuff. Maybe I should have took some notes of what JBL was doing that would piss me off. But I like the way that they started the match. Kalisto gets down there, he starts throwing all the chairs in the ring, and he's holding on to a chair, waiting for them to hit Baron Corbin's music. Corbin comes down, Kalisto's in there with the chairs ready. Baron Corbin just ducks it, grabs a chair, kicks this motherfucker like, fuck out of here, young. Yo, like, this dude right here, man. This dude. And let me just fast forward a bit to, I don't know if it was Talking Smack or if it was in a promo, but he said, I'm gonna need somebody to call that little boy's mother so she could get him up out of here. He called Kalisto a little boy. Baron Corbin is so funny with his insults, and I don't think he means to be. It's just so fucking funny. It's like he's trying to be insulting, but it's hilarious. The Baron Corbin. But again, this right here, I felt was a very good match. Kalisto shined very well. We got some physicality from Baron Corbin. You got what you expected out of Baron Corbin, but Kalisto just made this match a whole lot better. Good selling by the both of them. There was a time where Baron Corbin was chasing this guy around the ring with a chair, and he was like baseball swinging that chair at Kalisto, and Kalisto would find ways to get away from him. He did it about 3 times before he slammed the chair on the stairs, fucking up his hand, knocking him over a little bit. Kalisto was able to get the upper hand. There was chairs set up in the ring. This dude Baron Corbin, he's in there, he's placing the chairs in the middle of the ring, right? This shit is hilarious. So he's putting the chairs down in the middle of the ring, and he's doing it like real calm. So he puts down the first one, then he puts down the second one, he puts down the third one. By the time he gets to the fourth one, you just see him getting angry, and he starts, each chair he's putting down, he's slamming harder and harder. By the time he got to the 7th chair, he done rearranged all the chairs because he's just throwing the fucking chairs at the mat at this point. I'm like, why is he so mad? Every chair he puts down, he's getting more and more angry. Like, this guy is insane. And I don't think he means to be funny, but it's hilarious, this guy. I do like the way the match ended with, oh wait, before I even get to that, there was a deep sit, bro. This dude, Kalisto, went for a suicide dive. Not a suicide dive, but whatever that shit is between the ropes. For a dive. And Baron Corbin catches him. And I swear on Jesus sandals, he spun around 4 times before hitting him with that deep 6. I'm like, why is this not his finisher? This should be his finisher. Fuck the end of days. They should call that shit right there the end of days and call the other shit the deep 6. Just fuck that. That deep 6 should be his finisher. I've been saying that since NXT. I think we've got you all saying it since NXT. Deep six should be his finisher because that shit looked deadly. But the finish saw Kalisto coming off the top ropes. Baron Corbin clotheslines him with the chair in his arm. It's just so OD. Why is Baron Corbin so OD? He fucking killed this guy. And then he not deep sixes him. Should have deep sixed him one of them chairs. But he hits him with the end of days on a chair, and that ends the match. There was a lot of near falls by Kalisto that looked like they would have legitimately beat Baron Corbin. But he weighs about 102 pounds, so guess he ain't have enough to hold him down. And now we are down to our final two matches. Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch in a tables match. This one, which I was okay with. I was okay with this one. But there was something missing. And here's what it was. Alexa Bliss dominated this match. Becky Lynch did next to nothing but sell. That was the one problem I had with this match. Because you go into this match, you're going against the women's champion. You're going against a women's that's about, about 50% bigger than you. She's much bigger than Alexa Bliss. And we all know that Becky Lynch is an accomplished wrestler. A very good wrestler. So why is this small little ass girl dominating her? Becky Lynch has all those things going for her, and she gets dominated, completely dominated in this match. That was the one issue I had with this, was a believability thing. And Becky just didn't wrestle as a champion. Alexa Bliss felt more like the champion here. Other than that, I had no problem with this match. I thought Alexa Bliss carried herself extremely well in this match. Got all her shit in. All of it. Do need to change the hair. Her hair is starting to bother me now. It's pissing me off. Like, I don't know what it is with WWE. When girls come up from the main roster, they give them like, they give them like 10 pounds of hair. They just say, put them on. You're going to be Cousin Thing from the Addams Family. Google it. Matter of fact, let me Google it and make sure I got the right Addams Family member. Let's see. Cousin Thing. Yep. It's Cousin Thing. That's definitely who it is. And yeah, needs to go. Yeah, I know how I am about the hair. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about this match. Really nothing much. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was okay. Good ending with that. They had the spot on the apron. And, Becky Lynch just gets powerbombed through the table. Sit up there for a while. It was a good match. I'm not down on it. I just wish that we got more balance in it. That was a complete Alexa Bliss show. And it just didn't look believable to me. WWE World Champion AJ Styles versus the Dean Ambrose tables, ladders, and chairs match. And we got a decent one. Like, it got better down the stretch. Dean Ambrose, man, he doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry. You know what? I would rather. Nah, Dean Ambrose should be in the main event picture. He's just miscasted right now. Dean Ambrose is not a face. It's not working. He's not working good, as if like his work, as if it's just, he's not connecting with me. And then AJ Styles has put on good matches with everybody, but I just felt as though his chemistry with Dean Ambrose in this feud just felt as though it's just not as good. Now, AJ Styles did everything he could to make this a good match, a great match. I'm starting to get worried about AJ for some of these bumps that he's taking, because he's legitimate. Like, if he slips up one iota, he can fuck himself up with a bunch of these bumps that he's taking outside of the ring. Those ladders to the faces that he was taking. He's just a lot of scary stuff here. And it's like AJ's the only one that's taking these bumps. And that's the part that's bugging me out. Dean, I'm going to keep this one short. I don't really have much to say about this match. It was good. I just don't care for Dean Ambrose as a face. James Ellsworth comes down. As usual, he just always has to come down because he has to overshadow the main event. Why is this look, let's go through this. Let's go through this roster. Apollo Crews, right? Apollo Crews, James Ellsworth. American Alpha, James Ellsworth's getting a bigger push. Let's see. They're starting to get into them. Baron Corbin and Kalisto. James Ellsworth getting a bigger push. Like, why is James Ellsworth getting bigger pushes than these guys? It's just so annoying. It's just annoying because he's just taking this spot away, and he's overshadowing the main event. He's overshadowing AJ's run. That's the problem I have here. Now, he comes in and AJ immediately goes on the offense. He's ready to kill this guy. Dean Ambrose sees it. He pops up. He takes advantage of that. He DDTs him on the stairs. Then he goes up for the ladder. James Ellsworth pushes it up. Well, they had a little tussle on the inside. Dean gets the upper hand. He's going up the ladder. James Ellsworth pushes the ladder and says, "Fuck you, mate." Well, he doesn't say "fuck you, mate." But AJ climbs. AJ gets the title. Later on Talking Smack, Ellsworth says that he did it because he's 3-0 against AJ Styles, and he feels as though he can beat him for the title. And if he gets the title, Dean is going to get the first shot. So what felt like a heel turn was explained perfectly. So James Ellsworth is still a fan. He did the thing that makes sense. If there's a guy that you're 3-0 against, now, of course, they ate him up. They said, it's because of Dean Ambrose that you won those matches. But nonetheless, he's 3-0. So in his delusional mind, he has the best chance against AJ Styles. Now, either way, he was going to get a title shot, but I guess he wants to win the title. And then he doesn't mind dropping it to Dean in his mind, right? In his mind. And he's like, hey, me and Dean, we go way back. If it was Dean, I would expect that Dean would have done the same thing. Like, this guy is so delusional. It's hilarious. Dean is going to kill this guy. Dean's going to absolutely kill. You know what? Maybe that would be the thing that turned Dean heel. Maybe that. Because right now, there's some people that thinks that Ellsworth is heel, but they cleared that up with Ellsworth's delusionalism, if that's a word. Maybe they use Ellsworth to turn Dean heel and we get what we want. The problem is, where are the faces? There's no faces. There's no faces on the main event picture. Apollo Crews should have been elevating this guy. They should have been getting him ready. He's not ready. Kalisto, Ziggler, we already beat them. John Cena? Good lord, this roster is thin. This roster is thin as hell. Why are the cruiserweights not here? This is crazy. But that's all I got for this review. I enjoyed this pay-per-view thoroughly, all the way through. Again, didn't see the pre-show, didn't care. 2 matches were okay. They weren't bad. They weren't, I would give them like a Nikki Bella and Carmella. I would like, all right, so let's give this a scale from 1 to 10 each match. Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt against Heath, Slater, and Rhyno, I would give about a 7. Nikki and Carmella, I give them a 5. Dolph Ziggler and Miz, they're gonna catch this. Might catch a 10, but they might catch a 10, man. I'm gonna give them a 9.5. Fuck it. Baron Corbin and Kalisto, I give them a 7.5. Since we're doing halves now, shit, I'll give them. If I gotta choose 7 or 8, I would probably go. I really enjoyed that match. I would go 8 on them. Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss, I would give them a 6, and that's mainly because I felt as though it was so lopsided. AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose, I would give those guys I would give them an 8 as well, because AJ really left it out there. Didn't really care for the finish, and AJ no-sold him, which was a good thing. But overall, what would I give this pay-per-view? I would give this pay-per-view I would give this pay-per-view a solid 8. Just on how I felt, how entertained I was by this, I would give it an 8. Even though we got like a 5 and a 6 and a 7 in there, those strong matches really put it over the top. So I didn't crunch numbers, I just did it off the top of my head. As you see, this pay-per-view for me gets an 8, and I will see you guys later in future videos. Subscribe if you're new. Please drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how you felt about this pay-per-view. YouTube is doing shit with algorithms and stuff again. And if you fuckers ain't leaving comments and thumbs, it's hurting the video. Put me over! Enough of your shit.